Yo, this is Falcon. You're listening to Who's Right with Doug and Anthony. Yeah.
Everybody's gonna find something out about you. Doesn't matter if any part of it's true.
All right. Hey, everybody.
How you doing today? Saturday morning, coming at you.
You literally got a cough in the first 6 seconds of the show.
I know. It's fucking
All right.
terrible.
Starting over.
I have no business doing a fucking podcast.
Starting over.
All right.
Hey, everybody. All right. So what we have here is a failure to communicate. So our friends over at Brand X. Oh, yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Our friends over at Brand X, their show came out 2 days ago or whatever. John was all he did is the same thing we all do. He picked a story off the internet, thought it was funny, talked about it a little bit, and there was a Dr. Jennifer Guntner, who wrote an article or some shit. I don't even know what the fuck she did. I don't care. But so the end of the story is that she broke up with her boyfriend because her boyfriend was complaining about how her vagina smells.
Yes.
And so she turned that into saying that that's a way that men try to control women. And so, John did his show and it was out for a couple days. And then he tagged her and just said that he tagged her, I think, just saying, hey, we're helping spread the word of your...
We're helping spread the word of your smelly snatch.
John's over there trying to do God's work, trying to get the message out.
Yes.
But he tagged her, and I think the artwork on the show said something like boyfriend breaks up with girl over her smelly clam, something like that.
Who doesn't love the word clam? I mean, come on.
At least he didn't say like gross gash or axe wound.
Either one of those would have been acceptable.
So anyway, so then she turned around. She's got a fuck ton of followers on Twitter, and she basically tried turning them all loose on John.
Yeah, it was funny. I thought the way she did it was like, "What do you guys think about this guy?" Like, here, attack him.
Right. So John was getting accused of bullying.
Yeah.
He got called everything but a fucking Nazi, Hold on. A twatzy.
He got called a twatzy. My favorite was that somebody, I have no idea how they made this connection, but somebody called him transphobic. Somebody said that his comments were transphobic. That's probably my favorite.
I think I don't want to. So we always end up talking about trans people every episode.
No, I just thought that comment was funny. We don't have to talk about it.
No, but now I have to reference it because something popped into my head. I think that 98% of the population is probably transphobic. If you wake up and you wake up next to somebody unexpectedly who has tits and a dick, it's going to be like having a big spider in your bed.
And a horse's head at the same time.
A spider with a horse's head. A spider that identifies as a horse. But remember, folks, trans rights and everything.
And everything. That's the important part.
Everything rights.
Everything right.
Yeah. So going back to John and Brand X, it was John, Deuce, and Joe. So it was, they got a funny show over there.
Sure.
If you have a sense of humor like me.
Yeah.
But it's really no different than any of the other shows that they've put out. They were just talking about whatever's on the internet to talk about, the same thing we do.
Exactly.
So anyway, this Dr. Guntner.
No, it's Dr. Famunda cheese.
Dr. Famunda cheese.
I think the name fits.
So she, now I'm getting that echo too.
Damn it.
Whatever. So if you guys get the echo, you can hear me twice.
Don't complain about it. I don't want to fucking hear it.
So all these people started attacking John and whatnot over saying that he's a masseuse. Is that right?
Yep.
I don't know why they were calling him a masseuse.
He's a Dr. Seuss. he's a masseuse. That's funny. Yeah, so he doesn't like women for some reason.
Oh, yeah, that's misogynist, right?
Yeah, misogynist. I like masseuse better. She's getting a massage from Dr. Famunda Cheese there. See, we can make up our own lingo too, guys.
So, of course, John's got quite a few friends on Twitter that jumped into the mix or whatever.
Sure.
And, I can imagine it'd be pretty hard to battle like 150 people all at once,
And every single one of them says the exact same thing. You're a misogynist piece of shit. All right, next.
So going through and reading the comics or the comments. So if you go on Twitter and check out, I think it's at Brandex Podcast or some shit. I don't know. Figure it out.
Yeah, just fucking figure it out.
I think you can be able to see most of his messages, whatever hasn't been taken down. But I know that somebody said that they were. So I talked to John after all this happened on the phone.
Yeah.
And he said somebody turned him into the FBI.
The FBI.
Yeah. For like cyberbullying or something. But
oh, that's awesome. I hope they investigate. That would be amazing.
You should get that knock at your door, and it's like, did you happen to say something about a smelly pussy? I did. I did.
Fucking Guantanamo, dude. That's it. Looks like John's gonna be getting waterboarded before you do.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be regular water. It's gonna be this bitch is gonna sit on his face.
She's gonna feed him the Famunda cheese.
I bet he'd never bring her up again, though.
You know what's funny? I bet he would. He would probably like it.
I assume, so I'm sitting here staring at what I can see over Twitter page because the bitch blocked me. But
blocked you.
So on her Twitter page, it's just got her profile picture, whatever, is staring right at me. But she got that stinky pussy look on her face.
Stinky pussy look. You look like your fucking pussy stinks.
But I'm just picturing, John. John's a bigger guy like me, and I'm picturing him for some reason shirtless. I don't know why, but strapped to a board.
'Cause you're gay,
right? But I'm picturing him strapped to a board or strapped to like a masseuse's table, I guess. And then instead of waterboarding, she just pulls off her fucking. I assume she wears tidy whities.
And jock strap.
Yeah. And then she
wears
just
some fucking jock strap.
And then she just saddles up on his face and rides him out. Like he can't breathe and it's all musty and shit. It's
all in his beard and everything.
It's like a horse licking your face.
Poor John.
He's like, I'm sorry. It's me.
Oh fuck.
So anyway,
so I went to this lady's website and read some of the other stuff that she's written as a professional pussyologist or whatever she is. Whatever cheesemaker. Professional cheesemaker. Oh shit. So I could only get as far as one article she wrote. I don't even know what it was about, but she said something like, well, this sounded awful mansplainy to me. I'm out. I can't process people that think like that. If a man talks to you, it's mansplaining. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you and your stinky fucking twat. I'm sorry that I have to mansplain it to you. If your pussy stinks, people don't like it. Do you wear deodorant?
Yeah, well, body spray, like body aerosol deodorant, I guess.
But you wear something so that your armpits don't fucking stink, right?
Yes.
Yes. And that's normal, right? If you didn't do that and your wife said, hey, dude, your armpits stink. Well, she
Stop
probably
trying to
wouldn't say,
control
dude.
me.
She'd say, hey. It's the same fucking thing. I want to have a conversation with this lady and say, do you wear deodorant? Somehow your pussy odor is okay, but your armpit odor is not okay. And if you don't wear deodorant, well, then we got a whole nother fucking issue. I just don't get it.
All right, I don't know. So John, they also talked about he actually started off the show, which I thought was pretty funny with, I think it was like, welcome to Brand X, and it's okay to be white.
Exactly.
And I think we talked about that last week, and I wanted to talk about it again this week, but I don't want to just keep beating up the same thing. So,
Oh, I do.
so just remember,
As long as that thing is your mom.
beating up my mom's pussy, are you?
Oh shit.
Your mom's not a gynecologist, is she?
Nope. She's a cheesemaker.
All right. What?
Sorry. So I posted, or I was going to post something on Reddit about, and just asking questions about what is the controversy over this it's okay to be white signs. But somebody beat me to it, right? So I started reading the comments, and basically the comments are, it's okay to be racist against white people because it doesn't hurt them. If you're mean to white people, it's not that bad. They don't get hurt. But if you're mean to a black person, they will literally die.
Yeah, can't you just not be mean to anybody?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Or just be mean to everybody equally.
I don't want to talk about it only because we spent quite a bit of time talking about it last week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we just jump right into some of the shit we got on our list, and I'd really like to try to steer clear of racism or whatever. All right, so we got this shirt to give away. It's it looks to be a black shirt, and it says "fuck you." It's actually it's a neat design. I'm not doing it justice. Check out the show notes, and I'll have a picture of the shirt on the show notes. And he had asked us if we wanted to give one away to our listeners, to one of our listeners, not all of them. That's what we should do.
All of them, one of them, same thing.
So what I think I want to do, he's just starting out. He's got a website. You can go through and look at all the shit that he's got.
Yeah.
This shirt jumps out at me, so maybe I'll just figure out a way to call me the winner. I'll start a new account or something. So he's like I said, he just started out. He's got a pretty low number of followers. So what I think I want to do is, actually it was Anthony's idea. So we're going to double his Twitter following. So I don't want to say that. We'll get him to 25 followers. So all you have to do is go to this guy's Twitter page or Twitter account. It's at Don't Buy This Stuff, but stuff only has one F. And then start following him. And then what?
well, we need to know that we are driving this, this traffic. So when you follow him, tweet at him, with at Doug or at our show and at him, So it doesn't.
Yeah, no. So all you have to do is follow him, and then hit, tweet him. I guess is that right?
Yep. Yeah.
Tweet him with, please enter me or entered, just that entered
something. Yeah, something.
And then hashtag supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Let's make this as difficult as possible.
We do it every fucking time, man. We try to hash this shit out on the air, and we don't know what we're doing, and by the end of it, nobody even has any interest in. All right. So anyway, all you got to do is follow him, and then just send him a tweet that says entered, and I'll go back and check after he gets up to 25 followers. We will pick one of the people that says that tweeted at him and is following him, and we will. I'll do a drawing from there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So please, this guy's got some funny shit. just go check it out. Again, it's Don't Buy This Stuff. Stuff has one F. All right, enough of that shit. God, we are so bad at this.
Yes, we are. We will never get advertisers. So I'd like to take this moment to tell you to donate to our Patreon.
Oh, yeah, we're going to stop doing that.
You're going to stop doing that. I think it's funny. I
we're-
think it's funny to throw it in at the worst possible time.
Right. But what we're going to
No,
do
I'm with you.
is
I got you.
we are going to put out a Patreon-only episode that'll be just fucking phenomenal. The best shit we've ever done.
Yes. And
All right.
anybody that donates at the $100 tier.
See, you fuck it up every time. Nobody ever takes us
I
seriously.
can't help it. I can't. It's funny to me. I can't help it. All right. Yes,
All right,
we're going to give extra content. There you go. Moving on.
All right, yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, we talked. I talked about that podcast, Shooting the Shiznit.
Yeah.
And you know, he constantly shouts us out and everything, and I don't know how long he's been listening to the show, but he was nice enough to call and leave us a voicemail. It was a very backhanded. I think it was backhanded.
So I've got an issue with this guy.
Do you now?
Yeah. So I followed him, and it's obvious that I am part of this show by my name and all that kind of crap. And he tweeted me back and said, "Hey, can I get a retweet?" So I retweeted his pinned tweet. Never heard a word back from him. You can't do the same fucking courtesy for me. God.
All right. So it sounds like we're going to have ourselves a good old fashioned wrestling match. All right.
Sweet. Somebody's getting hit with the chair.
Hey guys, this is Brian Trammell from Shooting the Shiznit. That's right. You can go to stspod.club and listen to all the episodes. The reason I'm calling is, ever since you guys got on the Poop Culture Network horseshit that you guys are on, I can't get you to answer my DMs on Twitter. So what the fuck? Are y'all high and mighty now? Thank you for all the plugs you guys have done for me, and I'll see you both in the ring Monday night. Steel Cage, be there. I know y'all expected that from me since I'm a wrestling podcast, so I just had to get it out. And hopefully I'm the first person ever to leave a voicemail on your fucking voicemail that you talk about every fucking episode and beg people to say something. So you got 2 minutes of me being an asshole and screaming. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Love my mama.
Love my mama.
All right. Okay. Now, I officially forgive this guy. That was fucking great. You don't have to retweet shit. That was fucking great, man. Thank you for that.
So, you know, I've listened to a couple of his shows. Every once in a while, a title will jump out at me, and you know, I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid. We talked about that before.
Yeah,
but he that in wrestling terms, that's what they call cutting a promo. And I think he's good at it. I think he's
yes. If we ever decide to do a promo for our show, I want to write the content and have him read it. That's fucking great, man. I loved it.
Hey, I'm sure you'd do that. Hey, Mr. Shiznit, will you,
Mr. Shiznit?
will you
please
do?
knit.
Will you please read our content in your Diamond Dallas Page voice?
Is that a wrestler, Diamond Dallas Page? It sounds like a chick.
Yeah, but it sounds like a hooker. It actually, that's more of a like an NWA, which is an old wrestling thing, not a rap group.
Really?
I think it was the National Wrestling Alliance or something. I don't give a fuck. It don't fucking matter. Fuck. But anyway,
shit.
yeah. Thanks, Dusty Rhodes. Appreciate it. Be there. Love my mama.
Love my mama.
We do, man. We do.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Oh shit! Call again next week. Leave another voicemail, and you're gonna do our promo, man. You're our guy.
Do we want to jump into? Do you want to get this thing done with this music that this guy asked us to play, and then we can just
let's do that.
then we can start our show.
Yeah. Then we can start our show. Right.
All right. So Somebody reached out to me. That's better. Somebody reached out to me on Twitter and asked if we could play some music. So I'm sitting here trying to thumb through and figure out where it's at because I'm not prepared for this fucking show. It's like I didn't even know we were going to record till somehow I just ended up on your Twitter page.
On my Twitter page?
Yeah, I apparently can't talk and
tweet
do anything at the
Twitter?
same time.
I have the same problem. Don't worry about it. It's all right.
All right, here we go.
Try to tell you from the beginning that I was nothing but
Hey, everybody, this is Falcon with The Kind.
And the one you pretended to be, you didn't love me, you were in love with the thought of me, fucking with my mind like a bachelor lobotomy, but you know what?
Fucking with my mind like a botch lobotomy. Can you do a remix where you put the wrestling guy over the top of this?
I can try.
What language is this?
French.
You were so quick on that.
Do you know what's a decline?
Is that what he's saying?
Well, if that's the name of the song, I'm guessing.
I'm hearing stinky vagina, stinky vagina.
So this song is called The Cheesemaker.
You know the kind with the stinky vagina.
This guy's going to kick your ass.
I think he's in Hawaii or something. I ain't scared.
Oh, shit. I don't think it's that bad. It started out rough. I did not like the beginning, but I don't think this part's any worse than anything else.
It's not something that I would listen to, but
No.
I can see why people would listen to it. He's got some talent.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now we'll find out if he's going to fucking Jasmine Kane us, that fucking bitch. Is he saying, you know the kind, bruh?
The kind. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure.
All right. You know the kind, duh.
Yeah, the kind.
So, what do you think? What do we do? You know, because now he's already on the air, right?
Right.
So, what if he doesn't follow through on his commitment? Do I go to Hawaii and fight him?
Yeah, fight him.
I will.
Yep. Yes, you do.
All right. So,
have you seen his videos? What's he look like? Is he big?
He's probably some big Samoan motherfucker.
I'm out then. I was going to help you, but...
He looks like The Rock or something.
Yeah.
With that, you know the kind, I'm okay with this music. Like I said,
terrible. No, it's just it's not my style.
Yeah. All right. Have you had enough? You want to keep going here?
No, I've had enough.
All right. All right. Thanks, everybody. What's our call letters on our radio station?
WXXX.
Nope.
Damn it. I don't know. WLLR.
WRIMJOB coming at ya.
I love it.
All right. Enough with that. All right.
Do they all have to start with W?
Whoops.
We're so professional.
The one word was the N word that came through. Now I can't shut this off. I can't shut it off. It just keeps saying she sucks you clean. I don't even know who the fuck this is. All right.
This is our show now.
All right.
We don't know how to shut it off, so this is our show.
All right. So you know the kind, duh. All right. So can we get going now? Fuck, man.
Yes, we can.
You know, back before we had anybody reaching out to us or anything, it was easy because you just get on and talk for a little bit and shut the fucking microphone off. Now it took us an hour to get started recording because we had fucking audio problems again.
And then you know what? When do we just say still? When does it get just to be still?
All right. Okay, so we have a list of things to chat about. I think what we're going to start with is me coughing.
All right.
So Anthony had sent me an article about a guy that is soon to be heading to prison. I think it's Nebraska man gets prison, blah, blah, blah. You know it?
Uh-huh.
You want to read this? You want me to read it?
I'll read it.
All right.
This is
And for the record,
this article,
I read this already. I read everything you put up.
all right, for the record, this article's from the Chicago Tribune. Nebraska man gets prison for sending strippers to neighbor's front porch. A Nebraska man has been sentenced to 4 years in prison for sending prostitutes to strip on his neighbor's front porch dozens of times over a 3-year period. So the title says strippers. The article says prostitutes. You know there's a difference.
What do you suppose the reason was? Just to fuck with the neighbor?
I don't know. It doesn't. I mean, the article's real short. I mean, I finish it real quick here. What the fuck is going on? If my internet will work. So, the Omaha World Herald reports that 45-year-old Douglas Goldsberry of Eckelhorn was sentenced Friday in Douglas County District Court after pleading no contest in September to pandering. Authorities say Goldsberry hired prostitutes to bare their breasts and strip on his neighbor's porch while he watched from his house. The family, with 2 small children, reported that the women had shown up as many as 75 times since 2013.
I think that's how long it would take me to call the cops too.
Exposing themselves and sometimes kicking the door and yelling for payment. It would only take me one time if they're yelling for payment.
So then that makes me think that he's telling people to show up and dance, and then when they dance, it's like ordering a pizza to the wrong house.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is my house. Come dance outside my door and kick my door and I'll pay you. Don't worry about the kids. It's cool. This is so fucked up. Oh, that's the whole article. There's no backstory or anything. You know what I mean?
There's one more line under there.
Did I miss it? Oh, Goldsberry has also been indicted in federal court for possession of child pornography and faces up to 20 years in prison. I didn't even read that. That ruins the whole thing. That's no fun. That just dragged the whole article down. It was all fun and lighthearted. Sending strippers to your neighbor.
Here's what I got a kick out of. We threw a couple of things up on this list to talk about, whatever. Yeah. And true to your word, normally you forget something about 3 minutes after you say it. Not this time, though. You were bound and determined to get us to talk about an obituary and laugh about it.
Bound and determined.
So the funny thing is, so I got on here to look at the list, and I read the headline of the first one, and it was the article we just talked about, and you said, I want to move next to this guy. All right, So I went in to read it, and this one I think you just labeled obituary, and I'm like, God damn it.
You thought it was just you just want to read the fucking obituaries. So I came across this on accident. I swear to God I wasn't looking for this, but this is an obituary.
So this is something that nobody else is doing.
We can officially say we are reading the obituaries.
That's
all I really wanted.
So we say
Rebecca Abbey.
We say that there's comedy and everything. So let's see if we can make that happen, Captain.
Ooh, let's take a listen. Rebecca Abbey, daughter of Cornelius Abbey, died Saturday morning from the effects of eating sulfur off the ends of a large number of matches. The first she ate was Sunday, October 18th. Dr. Jennison endeavored to save her life and thought he had succeeded, as she was improving until the afternoon when, it is believed by the family, she ate more sulfur from matches and died from the effects. The deceased refused to tell why she sought to take her life and expressed no regret for her action. If this attempt at suicide should not result in death, she said, they would try other means to end her existence. She would try other means to end her existence. It is reported that a lover had caused his attention ceased his attention, and that this drove her into a melancholy and caused her to take her own life.
Was this written in the fucking 1800s? Jesus.
Yeah, it looks like it was photocopied about 12 damn times. I can't. That's why I was having problems reading it. Well, Cornelius. Her dad's name is Cornelius, so I'm assuming this is before 1990.
So that's kind of cheating. One, yes, it's a funny obituary, but it's kind of cheating. If you want to, if you want to impress me, you find an obituary from this week.
Challenge accepted. That's gonna be tough. Does it have to be an old person, or can it be a kid?
No, it's got to be a kid.
Perfect. God, we're really going down the wrong road with this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what you think is gonna happen when you pick something.
She ate sulfur at the end of the matches.
I know, but you've listened to the show,
now,
right?
But now she's dead. Yeah. So when somebody does something stupid and funny, it's only funny until they die. Once they die, it's not funny anymore. So, can you imagine some retard eating matches?
I've actually masturbated to that.
Type into Pornhub retards eating matches. So you can call somebody a window licker, but when I talk about retards eating matches, it's a big deal, right?
No.
I'm sure plenty of people who have licked windows are dead.
It's just every week you always pick something, and then it always ends up going down the road of either child pornography or suicide.
That was an accident. I swear to God,
It was an accident.
I didn't even read that fucking line.
We accidentally talked about child porn again. Oops.
Oops.
All right. So I'm going to read this one. This is a from WHNT.com. This one jumps out at me because I think I've been here. Prosecutors say a 29-year-old, I'll read the thing, man accused of touching strangers' belly buttons banned from Ohio campuses. Prosecutors say a 29-year-old Ohio man accused of approaching women for the 10 years and trying to touch their belly button should be sent to prison for violating his parole. Greg Burrier of Stow pled guilty Wednesday in Summit County Common Pleas Court to violating his parole. He was placed on parole in 2012 after pleading guilty to a sexual battery charge. In that case, prosecutors say he told a woman he was pledging a fraternity and asked to touch her belly button. Since that time, he has violated his probation numerous times, said Brad Gracier, chief counsel for the Summit County Prosecutor's Office. He has not been successful on probation. He went to prison. He was given judicial release, and he continues to ignore and violate the restrictions probation has placed on him. Gessner pointed to the recent violation that happened this July in Stowe. He chose again this year to go out and again to attempt to touch a woman's belly button on the bike trail. Is it just like, boop?
You know, what's wrong with that? I mean, really?
Boop. Or is he just like ramming it in there, like just pounding it?
Yeah, get that fucking belly button.
When the woman asked him what he would do, okay, the male states he is rushing a fraternity and needed to ask her a few questions. The report stated, after the questions, the male stated he needed to touch her belly button. When the woman asked him what he would do if she said no, he said he would ask someone else. She then raised her shirt slightly and allowed him to touch her belly button. So what's the fucking problem?
What's the deal?
She stated he proceeded to get on a knee and used his index finger, pressing it and circling his finger around the navel, the police report states. She stated it lasted for approximately a minute or so.
Wow.
After a few seconds, she asked him how much longer he would need, and he said, 30 more seconds.
Just like that. 30 more seconds. Just fucking stop talking.
Prosecutors say Barrier is banned from going to parks alone, and he is not allowed to go to the campuses of Kent State University or the University of Akron. Gessner stated prosecutors believe Barrier should be sent to prison for violating the terms of his probation again. I mean, it's only a matter of time before he tries touching or sticking like 3 or 4 fingers in somebody's belly button or something.
You got to warm it up with one pinky, and then you get the 3 fingers in there.
Barrier's defense attorney, however, told the court that his client has autism and should go to a residential treatment facility. But prosecutors insist Barrier does not have autism. He's got something.
Yep.
He has a history of some developmental issues. He was in some special education classes, but he does not meet any of the diagnosis of the criteria to be classified as autistic.
He touches girls' belly buttons on the bike path. That's like the number one criteria, isn't it?
Listen, I am pledging for a sorority. I'm going to need to touch your belly button.
But don't pull your shirt all the way up. I don't want to see your boobs.
So how much longer are you going to need? 30 more seconds. Barrier scheduled to be sentenced in Friday. That is a sad, sad story, and only because the guy just wants to touch a belly button. And I don't think he should be going. I don't see anything wrong with this. He asked permission, and she said yes.
Yes, that's my problem. He asked permission, she said yes. Where's the crime?
Except he's on probation. He's not supposed to be alone in parks for this very reason.
Oh. He might ask somebody to touch their belly button. Oh, how horrible.
So, okay, what would you do?
I'd let him touch my belly.
I was going to say, what would you do if you're down by the river walking around, whatever the fuck you do, and this guy comes up, and I assume he's just like the guy from something like Mary or something about Mary. You know, have you seen my baseball? Can I touch your belly button? Sure, fuck it, I don't care.
Sure, yeah, why not?
You go
have at her.
You know, I got this big gut. You can go 2 knuckles deep in that bitch.
You know what I'd say? Only if I can touch yours.
69 your belly buttons. You get down there, you tongue fuck that son of a bitch, you bastard.
You bastard.
Get in there and tongue fuck my belly button.
Oh, fuck. Oh, this poor guy. How old did it say he was?
I don't know that it did.
29-year-old. 29 years old. So he's not even like a kid. He's like a fucking grown man. That's too bad.
All right. Jump on to... So I'll read the headline, and that should give you enough time to start reading. Ready, go. Logitech will intentionally be breaking all Harmony Link units on March 16, 2018. Updated. Go. No, so...
Logitech will be deliberately breaking every unit. Yeah! I just made it.
All right.
So
go.
this isn't really funny. I just think this is fucked up. We don't have to read the whole thing. I kind of wanted to get the conversation started about technology and that kind of thing. So they put out these devices that control your home theater system, and now they are sending out a firmware update that is going to completely disable them. So even if you just want to keep using it, and not buy a new one, you can't. They are completely disabling the service, so you cannot use their product that you paid for anymore.
Did you read the whole article?
Did I read the whole article?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see where they're sending you a free upgrade to the new...
No. It says they're sending you a 35% discount or something like that. Not a free one.
Logitech has decided to give all...
damn it! Fuck.
So actually, full transparency, I guess. So the whole article goes on and on about how they're taking away... They're going to brick it, just like Anthony said. But now it says, after livid customer feedback, Logitech has decided to give all Harmony Link owners a free upgrade to its newer Harmony Hub devices. So it was only after people started pushing back that they did anything.
And this says updated November 9th.
Yeah.
So let's see when I put this fucker on here. Can you tell?
Yeah.
November 9th. So I wonder if I added it and... Fuck, man. How embarrassing is that? I think that's some shit.
I'm glad I read the article beforehand.
Yeah, that was good.
And I still got to use it against you. That's perfect. So actually, going back to the premise before they decided to offer the upgrade or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like iTunes, right? iTunes can just say, we're done. And you've lost all the music and everything you've ever bought from iTunes.
See, I don't have an iTunes account,
I'm saying you as in anybody listening.
No, I know. I'm asking you, is that how it works? You don't actually download them to your hard drive, you just stream them? I mean,
I don't know. I don't use iTunes, but
I don't either. I don't, because that sucks if that's
for
true.
the sake of this argument, yes, that's exactly what happens.
Damn it, fuck iTunes.
But it's not just that, it's anything. You know, what's the like Fire Stick?
Oh, the Amazon Fire Stick? Yeah.
Anything cloud-based, anything that connects to the internet, they can just say, I think probably smart TVs, they could do the same thing. Hey, we're going to send out this update, the firmware update, and it bricks it. We're not supporting this anymore.
I just don't understand how I don't understand is how we've let it get that far. How have we said, yeah, that's okay. I'll pay you tons of money to lease it from you.
No, because Americans are stupid, I think.
America.
Yeah. Just don't take away our guns. You know, that's something I would like to talk about, I think. I don't know that I'm prepared to do it now because I think my views change so often and I do no research to back up any of them.
My views change. So in the middle of the argument, your views will change? And
it could.
We don't have to have the argument, but I'm curious what you're thinking. I'm curious where your mind's going.
Gun control.
All right, what are you thinking?
So part of me says that we should ban guns, and the other part of me says that banning guns isn't going to do a fucking thing. like
even if it
tighter gun laws, what does it actually do? Because I don't think that if you look at Chicago, I think it says that it doesn't do anything. It may even in fact make it worse.
So if in fact tighter gun laws did help, not as many people died, I still wouldn't be for it.
Well, that don't make any sense, but I don't think the problem is I don't think it would make a difference. I know it won't make a difference. Like Chicago is, I think, the tightest gun laws in the country, and it's like in the time that we've been talking, 77 people have been shot in Chicago.
79, 80. Yeah, Chicago's like a fucking war zone, right? But nobody cares about that. They're just like, we'll just take away guns. Everything will just be better. You fucking idiots.
So, yeah, and I knew before I even said anything it was a stupid thought. It's just what gets me, I think, is when you talk about Las Vegas or the recent church shooting, right?
Yeah.
So what I do want to say is that church shooting is, it happened in Texas, and we kind of have a history with Texas. I want to say good on Texas. You got somebody that it's like, if you're going to go into if I was going to go and start shooting people in a confined building, I wouldn't do it in Texas because everybody in Texas has a gun.
Exactly. So and that strengthens my argument.
No, I know.
We should all have guns.
No, I know. And just like if he would have walked in that church and everybody in church would have had a gun and just turned around and fucking Wild West at his ass.
That would have been like an old fucking John Candy movie or something,
But yeah, that's my problem is, so if you ban guns and make them illegal to own, like all the bad guys are just going to turn them in and say, oh, well, okay.
Yep. Yeah, all that means is that now the good guys don't have guns.
So do you think that okay, this is a leading question. I'm just gonna throw questions out and you answer them. It's not necessarily how I feel. Okay,
all right.
So that way I don't have to spend time trying to qualify everything. Do you think that our country produces too many guns?
No.
Do you think that ammunition is too readily available?
Absolutely not.
Do you think that they should make it harder for certain people to buy guns?
It depends on what you mean by certain people and who gets to decide who those people are.
All right, so that's a problem. So people that have had a felony.
No, I don't think that should necessarily. No.
Okay.
Not automatically.
I agree with you. People with a history of mental illness.
It depends on how you define mental illness and who gets to decide what your history is.
So
Because
that
I've been diagnosed as mentally ill.
no, I never saw that coming. Actually, so have I. So
there you go. So there are when people say mentally ill, attention deficit disorder is a mental illness. So should nobody that has attention deficit disorder be allowed to have guns? I mean, I know I'm taking it to an extreme, but how do we define mental illness?
I don't know any of these answers. What I know is
No, I know. I was being rhetorical when I wasn't really asking you.
Fuck.
What was the next question?
I don't know that I have any more. I just know that
all right.
I know that I don't feel satisfied in your answers, but I don't disagree with them.
All right. Well, let's pick that apart. What's not satisfying?
What can we do to stop people from running into buildings and shooting other people?
Make the world a better place to live in general for more people.
So
the world
no,
is
no, no,
turning
no, no,
to
no,
shit.
no.
I'm being dead serious.
This isn't a world problem.
In America, when I say world, I meant America. Because
So
we're
there's
the world.
problem.
Come on, man, America.
There's places outside of this country that this doesn't happen on a weekly basis.
Right. So that tells you America is becoming more and more of a shitty place to live. And people they're fucked. It's fucked up. You struggle every single day, and you can see that there is nobody that cares about you making it in the world, right? You talk about raising minimum wage to $15 an hour and everybody calls you insane. But then they tell you you're fucking lazy because you can't feed your family. You can't win. I mean, you can't win. And then you just fucking snap. And then, never mind.
What? And then what? Come on, I'm enthralled.
I was going to say something about Mexicans, but it was a stupid joke.
What could you have possibly thrown in about Mexicans following that rant?
I don't have no idea. That's why I stopped. All I could think in my head was I got to get Mexicans in here somewhere. Fucking Mexicans taking our jabs. I don't know.
You fucking threw me way off on that. So I agree with you in that this country is in a really bad way right now. Right. But to me, it's not it's the majority of Americans are fucked.
Oh yeah.
It just in it's so fucked. So you go with the guy that in Manhattan that drove the truck into the crowd of people recently. Yeah. And fuck, man, it's everywhere. We got to ban Muslims from coming into this country and put up a wall, and they're coming in and taking our jobs or whatever. Maybe not.
Yeah, exactly.
The Muslims are taking our jobs, but then everybody rallies behind that. It's because it's like we are constantly, even if you don't believe it, which I don't. I don't believe that Muslims are the enemy. I don't believe that. I mean,
I don't believe that there is an enemy. I don't think we're all people. We all want the same fucking thing. There isn't an enemy. It's all manufactured.
So maybe not. Yeah, whatever. That could be true. I'm not. That's not what I'm getting at, though. I don't. All I'm saying is we're being taught that Muslims are trying to kill us,
right? And
that's the problem. There are people who are extreme Islamic terrorists who are trying to kill us. And there are also white people who live in the same town as us who are trying to kill us. And there are black people who are trying to kill each other.
Yes, exactly.
No.
For the most part, they're leaving me alone. So,
Black power. No, but in all seriousness, that's not the fucking case. There, you talk about our government going into other countries and taking whatever natural resources are there or whatever reason we're there. It has nothing to do with supplying them with democracy by force. It has to do with we want their oil or we want their stinky clams or whatever the fuck it is.
We want their cheese.
You have.
We want whatever it is they have.
Yeah, you have something, and we're going to take it.
Yep.
And then we go in there and we do our thing. You know, we instill our democracy, and then we leave, and it creates the vacuum that you always hear about. And there's always a bad guy that's going to take over because people are bad generally. And then we supply a group of people with arms to kill the people who we created. And then we treat them like shit, and then they decide they want to kill us. That's my version of what happens in all the countries around the world.
I understand. So I don't know. I haven't fleshed this idea out, but I've thought about this before. You've never met Osama bin Laden. I've never met Osama bin Laden, but we both know he is our enemy. He is
he's
the
dead,
personification of the bad guy. Yeah, no, I know, but I'm talking about
Okay.
before he was dead. He is the personification of the bad guy for us all to rally around. Does that make
Right.
any sense to you? It just and everybody just accepts it.
Right, because
Osama bin Laden's the bad guy.
and then
Wait a minute.
and then they got smart and they changed it from a being a person, Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein or whoever. Before that was Gaddafi, right?
Yes.
But now they just create an acronym. ISIS. ISIS is the bad guy.
ISIS is the bad guy. And then, he was an ISIS operative or he was an ISIS whatever, yeah. I'm not saying that Osama bin Laden wasn't a bad guy. I have no idea. But I know that I don't trust anybody to tell me who the bad guys are. I just people are so eager to go after the bad guy,
Well, it's easy to rally around. It's not real hard for me to put myself in the mindset of a simple-minded person. So I can see how, I fell victim to that shit after 9/11. I'm the first to admit it. I was right there and went to the store and bought a bunch of shit to take to a drop-off center to send bottled water and all that shit to the people that were doing the digging out of, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But that's not falling into it. That's trying to help people. What's wrong with that?
No, I was doing it to be patriotic, man. I was doing
Oh,
it.
fuck that.
Right. I was doing it because I was under the spell. Actually, here's a funny story. So at that time, my wife owned a flower shop.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if you wanted to move something at that time, it was flags, man. You could just sell the fuck out of flags. You bump them up a couple bucks.
Wow, what an asshole. I mean, that's the American way, though. Wow, that's fucking... I never would have thought about that.
No, actually,
Did you get your flags directly from China?
No, there was a store down in where you go down there and I would buy like $50 worth of the little flags on the wooden sticks, and then we would just give them away. Actually, we didn't make no money off them, but
Yeah.
but we were doing it with the
I'm
intent
sure
of,
giving those away, you got business from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or at least people remember that you did that.
that was the reason. It wasn't because of anything
you're
else other than
patriotic.
we were trying to turn it into money.
Sure.
But whatever.
I don't know. I don't know why I never got after 9/11. I what I thought was 3,000 people died. That's not that many. And everybody was like,
"What do you mean that's
No.
not that many?"
"Do you know how many people die in foreign countries from attacks like that all the time?" And nobody gives two shits. You know how many people Americans have killed in wars that for no reason, and nobody cares. But for some reason, American lives are way more important. So 3,000 American lives are like 10 million any other life.
Yes, there is a rate, just like with Canadian money.
There is a rate. It's the whole thing is fucking retarded. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, 3,000 Americans," but then nobody cares when anybody else dies. It's so fucking stupid. I wish they would have counted how many black people died and how many Mexicans died, so people could say 47 white people died. or whatever, you know what I mean? Fuck, you fucking... If you're going to do that, at least be real about it,
So,
you know what I mean?
just to be clear, I'm an asshole because I tried making a little bit of money by giving away some flags. Yet you're okay with not enough people died in 9/11.
Oh God! Not enough people. Yeah, that's what I said. Don't twist my fucking words. That's not what I said at all.
That's what
I'm trying to say.
That's what I
is
got
that
out of it.
No. American lives are just as worthless as every other person's life.
They could have done more.
Who?
The terrorists. They could have went for a bigger target. Fucking underachieving fuckers. All right. Well, that was an interesting turn. I don't think we got anywhere with our gun control argument because we ended up talking about the terrorists not getting high enough numbers on their. They fucking lowballed it.
Fuck.
You know what? So I'm gonna jump down to this article I found about. It has to do kind of with what we were talking about with the electronics.
Okay.
Sex toy company. Hold on. This is from TheVerge.com. Is that a real website?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They do a lot of tech stuff.
All right. Sex toy company admits to recording users' remote sex sessions. Calls it a minor bug. All right. This is the article, not me. I have some news. The Internet of Things is a mess. A hacked refrigerator sounds slightly scary, but a vibrator controlling app that records all your sex sounds and stores them on your phone without your knowledge, that's way worse. Today, a Reddit user pointed out that Hong Kong-based sex toy company Lovin's remote control vibrator app recorded a used session without their knowledge. An audio file lasting 6 minutes was stored in the app's local folder.
6 minutes.
Would they do it twice? The user says he or she gave the app access to the mic. The user says he or she gave the app access to the mic and camera, but only to use with the in-app chat function and to send voice clips on command, not constant recording when in use. Other users confirmed this app behavior too. A user claiming to represent Lovins responded and called this recording a minor bug that only affects Android users. Lovins also says no information or data was sent to the company's servers and that this audio file exists only temporarily. An update issued today should fix the bug. We've reached out to Lovins to verify this comment and we'll update when we hear back. This isn't Lovins' first security flub. Earlier this year, a butt plug made by the company The Hush was also found to be hackable. In the butt. Why does the word butt plug make me giggle?
What'd you say?
I said, why does the word butt plug make me giggle?
Hackable butt plug just sounds awesome. Can you imagine somebody coming at you, hacking you with a fucking butt plug?
In the butt plug's
kind of
case,
hacking,
the vulnerability had to do with Bluetooth, as opposed to the company spying on users. In a separate case unrelated to the Lovins, a company called WeVibe was sued after its Bluetooth-enabled vibrators allegedly collected and recorded users' personal information. The company ended up setting the class action suit for $3.75 million. So what we got is a fucking butt plug that apparently can steal your credit card information. If you happen to yell out your mother's maiden name when you got a butt plug in.
And why wouldn't you?
I generally yell out your mother's maiden name.
Yeah?
You know, it's been a while since I talked about fucking your mom.
Has it? Has it really?
Do you know if does any of your family still listen to the show?
I don't know. I'd rather not know.
All right. Well, remember we went down a dark road.
Us down a dark road? No.
I'd prefer not to even go down that road anymore, but it had to do with your sister and me.
Oh boy.
I think there's only one more story to go through, right? Tourist. All right. This is from San Diego Union Tribune. Tourists come to San Diego for Metallica and left with not herpetitis.
Superbug.
Hepatitis, gonosypha herpes. Left with hepatitis A. 3 friends from Salt Lake City visited San Diego in early August for the Metallica concert at Petco Park. 2 of them unknowingly brought home an unwelcome souvenir. I'm not going to read this article. I'm not. I got out of it what I needed to get out of it is that if you go and spend any amount of money to watch Metallica play, you deserve to get hepatitis. I
Agreed.
I don't know why anybody would be surprised that there's dirty people in Metallica concert.
Do you like Metallica?
I like a couple of their songs. I like and I don't know if it's more for nostalgia.
You like Give Me Fool, Give Me Fire, Give Me Ga. You like that one?
Ooh, yeah.
That one's my favorite.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh.
Oh, you actually know the words.
Oh, yeah.
Give me Ga.
Make it like a high, make it honey, honey, ho.
That's what I hear every time. I don't fucking know what he's saying. Give me food, give me fire, give me fucking fire.
Actually, I like some of the older shit, actually. Like,
oh, you're one of those guys. Their first album was good.
what do you mean one of them guys? You asked me a question.
I know. And then I attacked you. Oh, shit.
So fucking what? I like that song.
I don't know that one.
See, you fuck. You don't even know what you're talking about.
The only good Metallica album, Injustice for All.
Do you think that, because they try to sue everybody for everything?
Oh, God, that'd be great.
Can you imagine of them playing clips of us singing their songs in court? Give me two, give me five. See, that is us, Your Honor. They are.
They are stealing that from us.
Ooh, yeah.
Please sue us. Lars Buttlick.
Lars Buttlick. All right, I don't even know any of their names or anything, but
You do now.
yeah. So just expect if you go to a Metallica concert, you're gonna get
hepatitis.
You're gonna get scabies or shingles or something.
And shitty music.
You're gonna get shingles and shitty music.
They should have just quit a long time ago. I mean,
Right when they got rich, instead of worrying about getting
yes.
instead of worrying about getting more rich, they should have quit.
Yes, because then they wouldn't have put out that fucking song, and then that other song, and then those other albums.
Did you see that? So, those of you who don't know, which if you haven't listened, we haven't talked about Guns N' Roses in quite some time. That was weird. There's no way that's true.
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
Julia Miranda just tweeted at me and said that she has already run the gauntlet. There's no fucking way that's true.
No. I don't believe that for a minute.
If you didn't listen, 2 weeks ago, there's an internet challenge we talked about called Running the Gauntlet, and it's like every horrible, horrible video that you could possibly think of that's on the internet, and you try to see it, get it through. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you did, Juliet, good for you. Dave,
Not good for you.
Oh, no.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Good for you. You imagine Dave, the producer, walking into the bedroom and she's just sitting there. She's sitting there.
Legs spread, fucking beating on her fucking clam.
Beating on her clam. Watching a dog get skinned. You know what? Maybe she misinterpreted my thing and then that's how she replied. I don't know. I allegedly beating on her clam.
The best part is, you know what? The best part is he'd probably get right next to her and start fucking rubbing one out. Look at that fucking dog. Fuck that dog.
All right,
they're not our friends anymore. They don't like us no more.
You said I got one more? Oh, I do. Yeah, how could I forget this?
I thought you were like right in the middle of saying something.
I don't care. It wasn't funny.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
How long have we been recording now? 4 hours?
I don't know. Let's take a look. 1 hour and 27 minutes.
Oh, fuck. All right.
We got about 40 minutes of usable content.
Oh, that's not so bad. Oklahoma daughter sentenced. This, all right. This comes from people.com. Every fucking
You
time.
do that every single time.
Oklahoma daughter sentenced after admitting to marrying her mom. All right. Oklahoma daughter sentenced after admitting to marrying her mom.
Whose mom?
Her mom. All right, an Oklahoma woman who last year married her biological mother, who'd lost custody of her, was sentenced Tuesday to 10 years probation after pleading guilty to incest. Misty Velvet Dawn Span. Right,
Yep.
This is going to be hard. This is going to be hard to follow. There's a lot of hers and she and this and that, and it's actually only talking about, I think, 3 people through the whole article. This is like, all right. Misty Velvet Dawn Span, that's one person,
That's one person.
26, was scheduled to appear in court on Tuesday for a bench trial, but ended up pleading guilty and admitting to marrying her mother, 44-year-old Patricia Ann Span.
Is that against the law?
I think so.
All right.
This fucking, I hate these fucking websites where these ads pop in right in the middle of the shit, so it spreads the shit. Fucking bullshit.
Shit.
2 years of Misty's deferred sentence of 10 years must be under the supervision of the Oklahoma Department of Corrections. She must also undergo counseling. Patricia Span, who is also charged with incest, is to appear in court in January. She was also once married to her son, who had the marriage annulled after claiming incest.
What the fuck?
Patricia has pleaded not guilty, and People was unable to reach her attorney. Patricia and Misty were both arrested on September 12, 2016, after authorities discovered that the two were legally married. Patricia told investigators that she had lost custody of the 3 children when they were younger, but reconnected with them in 2014. When she and Misty were reunited, Patricia allegedly said they hit it off. Patricia told authorities that she allegedly looked into wedding her daughter and determined, erroneously, that marrying Misty would not violate the law because her name was not on the amended birth certificate created when she'd lost custody of her children. Patricia is identified as Patricia Ann Clayton on their marriage license application filed in March 2016 in Comanche County. Incest in Oklahoma is a felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison.
Holy shit.
The marriage between Misty and her mother was annulled October 12, 6 weeks after the Misty filed for an annulment by reason of illegality and fraud, the Tulsa World reports. Misty said that the time that her mother told her she had received legal advice indicating that their marriage was legal. One of Patricia's sons, Cody Span, told People previously that his mother is an alleged predator who forced his brother and sister to marry her and threatened to kill them if they did not comply. I think she's just a sick, twisted individual that has something messed up in her head, Cody, 25, told People last September. Why would you want to be with one of your own kids? Patricia's a very disgusting and horrible person. Cody,
You married her.
Cody said Patricia re-entered the children's lives in 2007 or 2008, claiming to be a friend rather than her biological mother. Cody said he, Patricia, and his siblings spent some time in Texas where Patricia and Texas.
Damn it.
And Jody became close. The two eventually married, but when the family returned to Oklahoma, everyone learned the truth that they were related.
He didn't know. Okay.
My grandmother looked at my brother and told him that is his mom. Hold on. My grandmother looked at my brother and told him that was his mom. Cody recalled, my brother said that he wanted to get away from her. That was not what he wanted, and that she threatened to kill him. She threatened to poison him. He said Jody was allegedly manipulated, forced, and threatened after he learned the truth. He said that Jesus Christ. My sister was manipulated and scared into this. Was she an adult? Yes, she was. But my sister was scared. So, okay. That's the end of the article.
That's confusing as fuck. So who poisoned who? and then she tried to kill her for him, and then what? That is a confusing fucking article.
Yeah, I'm glad I picked that. It made more sense when I didn't read it.
So the best part is the pictures of what I'm assuming is the mom and the daughter. They're both wearing Superman shirts. I don't know if that's like a coincidence or look at, we're twins. Wow. And they look like two people that would marry each other that are related.
All right, are we done? Do we have any?
Yes. Leave us a message on our voicemail. It's 508-974-4489.
Yeah, so
Shiznit guy, you better leave us another one.
So no, we need to work something out for him to read in that wrestling voice. I wonder if he.
Yes.
Okay, you know, like when I don't know if you did this or not. When I was a kid and I'd run into somebody that could speak two languages, I would say like, "Hey, say shit in whatever Spanish," and they'd say whatever caca or whatever Mexican is. For shit.
Whatever Mexican is for shit. Taco.
El Pupo. I wonder if we could get him just to read a bunch of shit, just to write a whole paragraph and have him do it in that wrestling voice.
Yes.
Hey, I just stuck my dick in the dog. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah, so check out Shooting the Shiznit. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. If you're into wrestling, and you like podcasts, get over there and listen to it. I think if there is such thing as a good wrestling podcast, that's it.
Why are you laughing?
Because I can't give anybody a fucking compliment, I guess. Also, Brand X, get over there and get all your feminist hate out.
Or if you're a real woman and you're looking for a man, I think John's single.
Is that you want to just leave it at that?
That was it. That's all I got. I don't even know if he's single, man. I have no fucking clue. Oh, shit.
All right. So.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, what's up? I am testing this recording thing. So I'm recording our conversation. Just the one-sided. I wanted to see if it's going to pick up me moving the microphone around or your voice through the speaker. So am I going to have to zip the file to send it to you? I know what it is. I don't have one. Yeah. Do you have Dropbox? Is there a limit to the file size? WAV files are pretty big. All right. WAV files are pretty big. All right. Well, I'll give that a try. A Microsoft deal.